Let's take a look at section 15.3, which is on biomes, and I know that we've covered this in depth already, and your book actually doesn't cover it as in depth as what the tech book does. So this is just going to be kind of glossed over compared to the depths that you were into it. So we're just going to touch on what the book has. Biomes are land-based global communities of organisms. And according to your textbook, the Earth has 6 major biomes. They consider them the tropical rainforest, the grassland, the desert, the temperate forest, the taiga, and the tundra. And you know, we've broken these up into the deciduous forest, there's a temperate rainforest. These are just very, very general. Let's take a look at the tropical rainforest. We know that it has a fairly high, even temperature throughout the year and lots of rainfall. This allows for there to be lots of green plants that photosynthesize because it does have sunlight throughout the year at a high angle, almost direct sunlight there at the equator, and allows for photosynthesis to happen at a fast rate. Very, very diverse. Grasslands, primary plant life is grass. You notice the temperature change on these, an increase and a decrease as compared to the tropical rainforest. Not near as much rainfall either, and most of the rainfall in the grassland actually comes from snow. So the tropical grasslands are warm all throughout the year, and they have rainy seasons. We usually call these savannas, and these we just call the grasslands. The deserts are very, very arid, which means that they're dry. If you notice, the rainfall amount is so much lower than what the ones we looked at before. Higher temperature. There's different types of deserts. We have hot deserts, semi-arid, coastal, and cold deserts. And deserts, remember, mainly refers to the amount of rainfall, not necessarily the temperature. Temperate forest biome includes deciduous forest and rainforest. So the temperate rainforest that we talked about in Washington and Oregon and up the coastline there, and the deciduous forest, like where we live, is grouped together as one because they have similar amounts of rainfall and similar temperature ranges. So temperate deciduous forests have hot summers and cold winters. That's where we are. And the deciduous trees are dominant. Remember, deciduous means that they lose their leaves, which is what we're going through right now. Temperate biomes include deciduous forest and rainforest. Temperate deciduous forests have hot summers, cold winters. We have the raccoons. We have the changing of the leaves. The dominant plant species being the deciduous trees. The temperate rainforests have long wet seasons and relatively dry summer and lots of vegetation. The taiga is located in northern climates. It's cooler. Sometimes it's referred to as the boreal forest. There's long winters and short summers and not very much precipitation at all. And you can see this on the graph. Lower temperatures than what we're used to. You notice there's a lot of spruce trees in the taiga, moose, animals that you would think of more toward parts of Canada and Alaska. The tundra actually has winters that last 10 months long. There's not enough water in enough warm season to have very big trees or anything like that, just some small bushes. And you notice here's the beautiful colors that are available during those couple of months where it's not winter. It has limited precipitation and it has a permafrost on the ground. Notice the temperatures dip and go up, but still are very low compared to the other biomes, very little precipitation. Minor biomes that your textbook includes are the chaparral, and they occur globally, but they're on smaller scales. The polar ice caps and mountains, we really don't consider those biomes. Polar ice caps have no soil and therefore no plant community, and remember that the amount of precipitation and the types of plants that grow in an area determine what lives there. There's not a lot of plants, so we're not going to consider the ice caps a biome, and the climate and organisms found on mountain ranges changes as the elevation of the mountain changes, so they're not considered a biome because those are specific for different types of organisms. So that's all we have on biomes. You probably know so much more than what this offers, but just fill your notes out and do the assignment.